Okay, so you got a brand new website and it's built in WordPress. Maybe you've maybe you bought it, maybe you've had someone design it for you, maybe I've designed it for you, but you're just not quite sure on how to make small updates. You want to be able to get in there and add pages. You want to be able to change bits of text, add some images, really basic stuff, but you've got no idea where to start. Well, that's fine. Because I'm here today to show you exactly how to do that in your WordPress website. So my name is Wade McMaster. I'm a web designer. I'm also a blogger, internet marketer, and I'm just here to help you get online and get your business out there, reach more people, and make more money. So what we're going to do, we're going to jump on the computer. I'm going to show you how to do these little basic bits and pieces on WordPress, and we'll go from there. So let's get started.
Okay, so we're in the computer now and we're logged into WordPress, and this is the general screen that you'll see. Most people see this screen when they log into WordPress, just your basic dashboard. I'm actually in one of my websites. It's actually a small little satellite site. I have to advertise one of my web design businesses in the local area. But I'm just going to show you how to basically update your website so you can talk about adding, editing pages, blog posts, that sort of thing. So first of all, what I want to touch on is you want to know the difference between what a page and a post is. Because if I'm in here in the dashboard, we've got posts here, we can add and view all our posts. We've also got pages here as well. So they're very similar. They all appear very similar and behave in a very similar nature, but they're actually different. So what we're looking at here, this is my home page for the website, and that is a page. Once again, if I go to some of these actually link externally, but if I go to my About page, this is also a page which is just using the basic template. But if I go to my blog, now the blog page itself is a page, but these smaller sort of articles here, they are actually blog posts. So posts. So the way this works is if you're running a blog and you want to change one of the entries in your blog, you actually edit your post, or if you want to add a blog entry, you add a post through here. Whereas the rest of the website, you want to use pages. So anything that shows up in your navigation or is hidden in the background is shown. Actually, you're going to use a page for that. So I've actually accidentally clicked on that. So what we're going to do, first of all, I'm going to show you just how to add a page. It's pretty simple. We're just going to hover over pages and click Add New. And for the exact same result, you can also go up here to the New drop down and add a page there. But the way it works is either of these, you'll get the same result. If I go straight to the All Pages menu, I also have a button here to add new. So at any stage though, I tend to tell people if you're not sure where to go up the top here to New and click Add New Page. And now we've got our new page. So for the sake of the video, I'll give it a name. I might call it Test Page. And I'm just going to publish that page. Hopefully someone doesn't visit this website in the meantime, but that's okay. It's not actually a heavily trafficked website. But basically what we're going to do, so now I've got this page. I've actually added a new page and I've published it. So now if I want to go back in and edit that page, so I exit, and at a later date I decide there's some information I want to add to it. If I come down to in my dashboard here, if you're viewing the site, you can come down up here, you can hover over this and go down to your dashboard to bring up this dashboard area. But you're going to come down to your pages here, click on All Pages. And now you see we've got our pages section here open. We've got those same options that popped up on the flyer before. And you can see a list of all our pages. Now if I had more than 10, I think it's 10 or 15 pages, I would have sort of like page 1, page 2, so that way you're not left with this never-ending list of pages if you've got a lot of pages on your website. But you can see here I've got all my main pages, and then I've got my test page here. So I'm going to click on my test page, and now I can edit it. So that's basically how to add a page and how to open up and edit that page. The other thing too is if I want to create a blog post, pretty much it's the exact same operation. If I go to posts here, I can go in and edit one of these old posts. I can click in here to this post here, and at any point I can go in and change the text and edit this post. And of course if I want to add a new post, I have this button, and as before I can hover over here and go to post to create a new blog post. So I'll click on that. I will leave because I'm not going to actually save any changes. You see I now have a new post, so maybe it's how to build a website. And let's say I've typed up some information down here. And I'm going to, let's say I want to come back to this, but I don't actually want to publish it yet. And this is exactly the same for a page. If I haven't published the page yet, I can save a draft. So I'm going to click here to save a draft. And as you can see, it's been saved. So if I head back out again to my dashboard, so let's say you've logged out of your website, you've gone home, had a sleep, gotten back up, decided to work on this post. We're going to come down, log into WordPress again, come down to posts, all posts, and usually the newest are at the top. And you can see that this is a draft because it has the word draft next to it. So I can click in at any time, and I can continue editing this post. And when I'm ready, I can publish it, and in the meantime, I can preview. If I click this preview button here, it'll open up on a new window with a little preview to how the post looks. So that gives you a bit of an idea on just how you can open and add new pages to your website. So there's a bit more to it than that, obviously, because we've got this WordPress editor here, and you're probably wondering, want a little bit more information behind this WordPress editor. But for the sake of this video, I'm actually going to go down to pages here, back to all pages, and I'm going to open up that test page I published earlier. Now, with the test page, generally speaking, you want to give, obviously, a page title. Now, maybe I want a better title than this. Maybe I want to call it, links or something like that. Maybe I've got some links. And basically, I want to type up an intro. Below are some resources you can use. And we're going to start basically typing up our page. Now, obviously, what we're going to do here is just to demonstrate how you can get the information on the page. We're not going to really go through and create like a really proper page here. We're just going to show you the tools so that you can get into it and get things going. So basically, we've got our page here. Now, first of all, let's say I want to create a link. I'm going to come down. Actually, before we create that link, let's say I want to make this word resources bold. For some reason, I want that to be bold. So just like you're using WordPress or any other sort of editor, I can actually just hover over and press bold, and now that's bold. If I want to make that italics, same again, I can click this italics button. I can even italics this text. And you can basically change, the bold, italics of your text, that sort of thing. And obviously, like anything else too, there's also an option here to change color, text color. I can drop on here, make the text red, that sort of thing. So there's a lot of basic options there. I can create a dot point. Let's say I want to send people to my main website. Let's create a link. Let's say I want to create some dot points. So after I've typed this in here, I can actually click dot point, and I can create maybe a link to one of my other sites. So I've got these dot points here. So you can actually turn these off. If I highlight these, turn them off. I can also make them numbered points, turn them off. I can center, right align, all the basic stuff. These are a bit more, these are more to do with the theme I'm using, and you may not have these buttons here. But there's just a few good options here, like your strike through. You can also add a little divider line, that sort of thing. For now, I'm going to just backspace, get rid of that divider line. Now, what you might find, sometimes you hit enter and you get these big breaks. Now, for some reason, if you're wanting to just have the enter go straight to the next line, you can hold down shift and enter and go straight to the next line, just like that. All right, so I'm going to turn this, because I've hit shift and enter now, if I hit a bullet point here, I can actually bold this, and that'll actually be in the 1 point because I've hit shift and enter. So if I do the next one again, I say, let's say we're going to another website. Let's just say we put Google on there. If I hit enter, we get another, If I hit enter, we get another bullet point. But if I hit shift and enter, we go to that next line. You can actually type in another line here like that. So you're sort of getting the idea of how that works. Now this is actually what I'm using here to check my grammar. Is actually not the WordPress editor. It's actually a tool called Grammarly. Now I will link to that in the description below because it is something you can sign up for free, and it's just awesome. You can sign up and it'll actually check your spelling, your grammar, all that kind of thing as you're going. And as any other program, you got your undo, redo here. You can indent your text, increase the indent, decrease. And if I want to clear the formatting here, because I don't want the red, the bold, I can actually hit this button here to clear the formatting, that sort of thing. Now, if you've actually copied a heap of text from another page, so let's say I've copied some text from here. Let's say it's just this. Just copy anything. Now, if I hit enter twice, you get one, hit again, it'll move on. But if I actually click this, paste as text, it just means whatever I paste will not be formatted in any way. It'll just be plain text. Now, one final thing which I've covered in another video about text formatting. Sometimes you want to break things up with titles. So bits of text are going to appear a bit bigger. So I've got these two links here. I'll go back to how we're going to link those up shortly. But let's say I've got, I want to create a little subtitle here. First of all, if I preview this, which we'll just see where we're at. So you see we've got our main title, links, and our little bit of information. Now let's say I want to add a subtitle down here. The way that WordPress and websites work is you've got different levels of title, heading 1, heading 2, heading 3. I generally wouldn't use heading 1 at all because heading 1 is sort of reserved for your title at the top of the page here. So let's say I want to add a title here. Maybe I'll call it something different, like maybe internal resources, something that's on the website. So I want to add a subheading. I can choose heading 2 or heading 3. The higher the number, the smaller the heading. Generally, you want your headings to be, if you've got a heading 1 on the page and you're going to use another smaller heading, you want that to be heading 2. And if you want subheadings within that heading, you choose heading 3, so on. So we're heading 2, internal resources, below on this site, you can find these resources. And I'm going to actually create I'm going to create a numbered point this time. Clicking here, and I'm just going to put about page. Okay, so we've got some text here. We've got a heading. We've got all these bits and pieces in here. We've got some dot points. Maybe we'll actually center this heading for whatever reason, and we can do everything just like we would if we were editing a Word document. So the next thing I want to show you is basically how to link these up, how to make these link off to web pages or other pages on your website. It's actually really simple. So if I highlight this text here that says about page, I can hover over this little chain link button here which says insert link, and it actually comes up where I can put a URL. But before we do that, because I'm linking to another page on this website, if I type in about, it's going to think about it for a moment and actually bring up a series of pages about Web Design Maryborough. So that's actually already linked to the page on this website. So if you're linking to any page on your website or even another blog post, let's say I've got a blog post here. Once again, maybe I'll type in on no page and just see what comes up. I've got a few blog posts here, so I will click on this blog post, link that up, and you'll see that you can link quite easily to other pages of your website without actually having to know the URL. So what happens if we're going to another website? So I'm going to open up this website here, which is one of my other websites. Okay, so let's say I want to link to this website. What I'm going to do is actually, once I'm here, I'm going to go to my address bar, highlight the address, right-click and go to copy. I'm going to switch back over to my page. And let's say I want to convert this text here to a link to that website, even though it's technically this one, but for the video, we're just going to link off to the other website. So I've highlighted this text here and I've clicked this little chain icon. I can right click, hit paste, and then I can actually just hit apply here and that link will be set. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to click on this little cog here instead. And I get a few more options. I can choose to open this link in another tab, which if you're sending people off your website to another website, quite often you want to open another tab because you don't necessarily want them to leave your website. And you can also choose from your pages and posts here as well, just like before. So it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. I just simply click that and it'll open in a new tab. So now I've got a link here to another website just simply by going here, copying this URL, including the HTTP or HTTPS, going onto my link here. And you can type these in too, like I can type in HTTP // which you want to begin that, or HTTPS with all your links, otherwise they won't work. www.google.com. And if I don't go in here and tick that box to open a new window, and I just do this, it'll just open in the same tab. So you've added some text, you've added a bit of, you've added some links. So now what happens if you want to add an image? It's quite simple. What we're going to do is actually going to add an image just here. I'm going to go to Add Media. I'll just backtrack for a second. Media is basically where you hold all your images and all the, all your media that goes onto your website. So when I go to Add Media here, I have a few options. I can choose an existing image here. I can click to this tab and upload a file, which will then upload it back into this section over here. I can even create a gallery and insert that, which is a topic for another video. But for now, let's say I want to add this little picture of me, which I've got all over the place. So maybe I want to give it a title, so I'll put my name in there. Now, for SEO purposes, for search engine optimization, you do want to put a description of the image under your alt text. So I'm going to say Wade Master Photo. And then we've got a few options down here. So once again, if you have a link, you can paste a link in here on a custom URL. If you just want the image to display and not link off anywhere, I just turn that to none. And you can actually change the size from full size to thumbnail. If you have a bigger image, you do get a few other sizes in between. Maybe if I go over here, you'll see we've got full size, medium, and thumbnail. So you can actually change the size. There's a few preset sizes that WordPress holds for your image. I can also choose whether I want to have this left, center, right aligned, or not at all. So let's say I want to make this image right aligned. I'm going to insert it into the page. And you'll see it's become right aligned. Now, if I click on this image, I can make it left aligned again. I can make it centered, which will center and take up the whole horizontal space. I can turn off the alignment altogether. I can actually have the text sitting next to it. Or I can center it again. So I'll keep that right aligned for now. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just come down a few spaces and add another image. Maybe I'll just add this one here. Once again, I'll just call this one sample image. We don't have to get too proper here. Sample image, copy, paste. This time I'm going to go center, and it's actually quite a large image, so I'm going to go large with this one because it's a little bit bigger than we need it to be. I'm going to insert, and now we have this image at the bottom of our page. So we've created this blog post, and this page, I should say, not blog post, and I actually don't want to update it yet. I want to just preview it. So I don't want this to be live until I'm sure it's okay. So I'm going to preview it again by clicking this Preview Changes button. This will reload in a minute. You see we've got our links. We can click on these links and they'll open in new windows. Our resources, which is centered in this space here because of the right aligned image. We've got our image down the bottom, and we can basically come in here. We can just keep typing from there. So it's quite easy to type up a basic page, to add or subtract a page in WordPress. Very simple. And once I'm ready, I think, okay, I'm happy with this. I've previewed it. I'm just going to click Update. I'll just get rid of this extra bit here. So if I go to the test page directly, you'll see now that's been updated and I've got my bits and pieces on there. So you're probably wondering, how come this page, this test page, hasn't shown up in the menu? Now, a lot of people, when they start WordPress websites, all the pages they create will automatically show up in this menu up here. But I've actually got this set up with a menu specifically targeting certain pages. So a lot of websites will already have this. You can do it yourself. If we go back over to our tab, and once again, if you need to get back to your dashboard from here, you can hover over this, click on Dashboard, and you'll get taken back to your dashboard. So I'm going to come down here to Appearance and then to Menus. And you see, these are the same items on my main menu. I've actually got it ticked to be shown on the primary menu. If I add secondary menu and just save that, in this particular instance, not every website will be the same. I'm just going to visit the site, but in a new tab. Actually got the menu up there as well because I've chosen my primary and secondary menu. But for now, I'm going to turn that off. So quite a lot of the time you'll be able to simply create a menu. It might be blank and you'll actually have to go create new menu. And you can then, once you've created that menu, you'll have an empty section here and you can pick where you want that to go. Now the way you add and subtract pages from that menu, so I'm going to add the test page that I've created. So I've actually called it links now. It's actually not test page. So I'm going to click on links and I'm going to click add to menu. Now you'll see here it's popped up on here. So now if I save that menu and go back, you'll see we now have this links tab here. So that's pretty handy. Whoops, back to the menu. And also now I don't actually, now the name of the page is links, but if I want to change the actual navigation to a different name, maybe I can call it linkage and links and resources. Without physically changing the page name, I can actually do that. I can call it links and resources. I can save it. And now when I go back to this main page and refresh, it's called links and resources. So I can click back and it's still called links over here. So that's using your menu under appearance and menus. You can go through, you can change the order. Maybe I want that to go here. Maybe I want this to be a drop down. I can actually click over, move it, shuffle it over a little bit. See how that is indented? Because it's under the about, if I save that, I go back over here. Now about has an arrow. If I hover over it, the links and resources page comes up in a little drop down menu. So you've got all these options. And of course, if you want to delete a page, you just simply click this little arrow next to its name, press remove, and the page is removed from the menu, but it's still on the website. So I save that menu. And now if I refresh, it's now gone from there. So that's how you can create pages, add and subtract from your menu and that way you can sort of grow your website without having to really hire someone to do it. And I can go through at any point. If I go to my about page, if I want to edit this page, any page on your website you navigate to, there's an edit page button at the top here. I can click that. And I can actually go in and edit this page. You can see I can go in here, I can make this bold. Change a bit of text, update it. So it's quite easy to go in. Once I'm done, I'm going to go up the top here to view page and go back out to the live page. This might happen depending on your software. As long as you've updated it and haven't made any changes since, you can just click leave. So I've gone to view page, and as you can see, this is now bold and it's had my text change. So it's really easy just to find a page and go, okay, I want to edit this section here. Go to edit page, scroll down, make your change, and then go over to publish. So like I said, any page, anytime you want to make any changes, like if you want to save or publish, this publish box here on the top right is going to be what you're looking for. So that's pretty much it. So that is how you can edit your website, add pages, edit pages, find posts. The same thing applies if you want to edit a post. You can go to your blog. As long as you click on that post, let's say this one here, I can click on edit post. And I can edit this post and do what I need to do with it. When I'm finished, I just click update. So that's basically how you do it. So the only other thing I'm going to show you now, because I don't want to keep this new page I've got, I'm going to show you how to delete a page, and it's basically the same process for a post. If I go here to post all posts, I'm going to leave because I don't want to make any changes. I can simply hover over this page and click trash. And it's this post, I should say, and click trash. And that will delete the blog post. So this one here, I don't want to keep that. I'm just going to click trash. And now I've got this post here. It's actually in trash if I want to restore it. So just like the recycle bin on your computer, once you delete something, it's not necessarily gone. You can restore it. But it's sort of good to have them on file there. And I'm going to go down now to pages, because this links page I've created, I don't want it on my website in case someone discovers it and wonders it doesn't look very professional. I'm going to hover over links. This menu pops up as soon as I hover over. Click trash. And now it's gone. So I hope that gives you a bit of an idea on how you can actually edit and update your website. Now, a lot of the websites I create also use the Divi theme, so I've got another video coming. Once it's up, I will link to that in the description. It'll show you how to make some basic changes to a website built using the Divi theme on WordPress. But for now, for most people using a WordPress website, that'll be enough to get you started, and you'll be able to do what you need to from there. So thanks for watching this video, and I will see you next time.